Hello everyone! Do you guys know about the crash of Flight 571 that shocked the whole world? Let's find that out in this video. On October 12, 1972, Flight 571, carrying 45 people, including members of a Uruguayan rugby team, departed from Montevideo, Uruguay, en route to Santiago, Chile. The flight was not meant to be any longer than 3 hours, but on the way you come across the massive Andes Mountains. Due to the poor weather and a huge storm in the mountains, pilot decided to stop midway and continue to fly again next day. The plane was landed in Mendoza, Argentina for the night. On October 13, 1972, the pilots decided to take off again as the weather seems good that day. As the plane was about to reach Santiago, the pilot started descending the plane, but the plane was still in the mountains. While descending, suddenly there was a terrible turbulence. The plane started shaking horizontally, and the plane was fully covered by clouds, which made even worse for pilots and passengers to see what's happening outside. When clouds started clearing up, the pilots realized that there is a huge mountain ahead. The pilots tried maximum power to lift the plane up, but it was too late. The rear of the aircraft crashed with the mountain, and it got separated from the aircraft, and the last 2 passengers' row literally flew out of the plane. The rest of aircraft fell into a glacier at the speed of 400 km/h. The plane was fully destroyed on an unknown mountain in Andes. About 13 people died at that time, including 2 pilots. After the crash, the survivors faced extreme hard challenges. They were ill-equipped for the harsh mountain environment, enduring freezing temperatures and lack of food. 5 passengers died on the first night as they couldn't survive the snowy night. The rescue operation took place for days, but the aircraft was nowhere to be found as it was very difficult to find the aircraft in snowy mountains. Rest of the survivors tried their best, make it easy for rescue team to find them, like writing SOS on the plane's roof with lipstick and suitcases, but they were all unsuccessful. As the days turned into weeks, the food that survivors had was almost over, and there was no trees, no plants or animals, at the height of 4,000 meters that could be killed and eaten. Survivors started to eat parts of the aircraft, which made them even more sick. Then, one of the survivors gave an idea that will shock you. He gave an idea of eating the dead body of other survivors. At first, some of them tried to eat it, but they couldn't. But after a few days, when there was no other option, they chose to eat human meat. Another 8 survivors died due to the cold of -30 degrees Celsius and due to lack of food. The number of survivors went down to 19. As the days went past, the survivors realized that no one was coming to save them. If they want to stay alive, they will need to put effort themselves. The survivors choose 3 of the strongest people there, who would try to walk around looking for help. They walked around for weeks when they finally found some horse riders 70 kilometers away from the crash scene. The horse riders took them to the nearest city, which was still 10 hours away. Finally, after 72 days, the Army Command was informed about this. Chilean Air Forces sends few helicopters to rescue the rest of survivors who were still in the mountains, waiting for some help. In total, there were 16 survivors who were in really bad condition, but they all recovered. This story shows us that nothing is impossible if you have patience and you keep working hard towards it.